Bitcoin is finally breaking out after a huge consolidation of a couple weeks. In this video I will tell you exactly why Bitcoin is pumping towards the $61,000. I'm seeing a lot of interesting formations unfolding on different time frames and I will all discuss them with you. There are also rumors that Elon Musk is going to be in the next government, but I will tell you about that later in the video. I will also talk about the two altcoins Dogecoin and Thorchain RUNE. So watch this video all the way to the end, give this video a like and let's dive right into the charts. On the 4-hour time frame we can see Bitcoin was in this consolidation phase since the end of July, and now we can see a bullish break to the top side because we saw a lot of consolidation happening. We saw multiple touchpoints on the top side as resistance and multiple touchpoints on the downside as support, and this price was getting squeezed into this apex, and this apex was coming to a climax. So eventually we are now breaking bullish and this is very beautiful to see. In the coming days we can maybe see a retest of this previous resistance to turn it into support, and from there you can enter the market in the long if you want to enter the market long, or you can just spot buy order, because I think when we are retesting this previous resistance as support, it's a very interesting point to maybe enter the market in the long and to aim for higher targets. And the breakout target of this formation will be the top side of this pattern, and that will be around $67,000. So from the point of retest you could make a very interesting gain of around 13%, so that is a very good trade to make. So let's see what Bitcoin can bring us in the coming days. And on the daily time frame we can see that Bitcoin is coming back to this huge resistance. This horizontal level is acting as resistance and support in the past, and we can see a lot of touch points at this horizontal level, and currently we are back at this resistance, so it's looking very bullish to see that Bitcoin created a new higher low after this low. And we're now aiming for this resistance, and we could potentially see a break to the top side, a retest of this resistance to turn it into support, and then aim for higher targets, because that's eventually what we want to see. We created this low, we created a higher low, and we also created this high here. So I want to see a next higher high, and from there we can indicate that Bitcoin is going to see a huge trend reversal and that we're going to see more bullish price action in the coming days and weeks. And eventually we want to come back to this previous high, and we want to break it as well, and that means that we're going to see a break of this huge downtrend on the daily time frame, because we are in this huge downtrend with lower highs and lower lows, and eventually we want to see that this high is getting broken and that we're going to see a trend reversal, and eventually we want to break this topside resistance of this range, and then we can aim for new all-time highs. And yesterday the Bitcoin ETS had a very positive day again. BlackRock bought for almost 93 million in Bitcoin, so that is very bullish. And eventually we saw a total inflow of $62 million, and we can maybe see now the next spike to the top side. Grayscale didn't sell anything, so that is also very bullish to see. So let's see if the total cumulative inflow can come to this $20 billion goal, and this of course will have a very bullish effect on the price of Bitcoin. And the Ethereum ETF saw a bit of a bearish day. The outflow was $13.5 million. Almost no Ethereum ETFs were buying. Only Grayscale was selling their portion yesterday and also bought a little bit in their new ETF. So we need to be patient to see a little bit more positive days for Ethereum and the ETF, because the ETF is not very successful right now. We saw only an outflow of 434 million in total now. So let's see if Ethereum can turn things around, and eventually we want to see a lot of institutional money flowing into the Ethereum market. And I also want to have a look at this daily chart with multiple horizontal resistance lines. We can see Bitcoin comes back to this resistance area, and we are seeing a lot of touch points in the past year as support and resistance. And currently we are coming back to this resistance, and Bitcoin is trying to break it to the top side. So if we're going to see a break to the top side, we can maybe see a retest of this resistance to turn it into support, and then come back to the next bigger resistance, and that will be around the $64,000. But if Bitcoin is going to see a rejection from this point, we can come back all the way to the $58,000, and that's of course a little bit more bearish. So let's see if Bitcoin can break this horizontal level, because that will be having a very bullish effect on the price of Bitcoin. And for now Bitcoin is looking very strong, so I think we're going to see a break of this resistance area. And yesterday Donald Trump said he would offer Elon Musk a place in the cabinet as advisory role if he's going to be elected as president. And of course, yeah, I think this is very bullish for Bitcoin in the long term, because Elon is pro-Bitcoin and also Trump is saying he's pro-Bitcoin. So this could have a very positive effect on the price of Bitcoin and the overall crypto market. And while Trump is getting bullish on Bitcoin, Kamala Harris is considering Gary Gensler as Treasury Secretary if she is elected as president. This is according to Senate sources. So of course, a lot of people in the crypto, they are hating Gary Gensler. So if Kamala Harris is going to be elected as president, I think this will have a very negative effect on the markets, because a lot of people in crypto are more pro Donald Trump and pro Elon Musk, of course. And also a lot of people on Twitter are pro Bitcoin and pro crypto. So I think a lot of voters will come to Trump. And another interesting chart is the dollar chart. The DXY is dropping lately, and we can see this weekly chart is falling down. We can see a lot of negativity coming into the market. We also saw this horizontal level of resistance and support. We saw this formation unfolding with multiple touch points on the top side as resistance and also on the downside as support. And eventually we broke down, and we also fell below this horizontal level. And when the dollar is dumping, it means that it is going to be positive for the markets, especially for crypto and stocks, of course, because when the dollar is dropping, we can see the next bull market unfolding. So if this chart is going to drop further down, we can see more bullish price action for stocks and crypto. The first interesting altcoin I want to have a look at is Dogecoin. We can see Dogecoin is in this huge falling wedge to the downside, but this is a very bullish price pattern and eventually tends to break to the top side more often than to the downside. And also Dogecoin is back at this horizontal level. We saw multiple touch points in the past as support and resistance. And last week we bounced from the lower side support, so it's looking a little bit more bullish now. And eventually we are going to see a break of this falling wedge, and I think that we're going to see a bullish break. So if Dogecoin can break this falling wedge pattern to the top side and retest this previous resistance as support, then we can come back to higher prices. And the breakout target of this formation will be the top side of this formation, and it will be around the 20 cents. And currently we are at the 10 cents though, so that will be around the 2x. And yesterday, when the Trump news was coming in with Elon Musk himself just tweeted that he was willing to serve, and he posted this AI picture of himself. Here it says that he is the part of the Department of Government Efficiency, and we can see this is DOGE, so Doge. So this is also a very interesting take on the markets, of course, because this could have a very positive effect of Dogecoin. And after this tweet, we saw a little bit of a pump for Dogecoin. So let's see if this can have a more positive effect in the coming weeks. Another interesting altcoin I want to have a look at is Thorchain RUNE. I've been monitoring RUNE since a lot of weeks now, and we are in this consolidation formation with a falling wedge to the downside, just a little bit like Dogecoin. We can see multiple touch points on the top side as resistance and multiple touch points on the lower side as support. And last week we bounced from the support, and now we are back at this resistance area. So let's see if Thorchain RUNE can break a bullish, and eventually we want to see this retest of this resistance to turn into support. From here you can enter the market in the long and aim for higher prices. And also here the top side of the formation will be confluent with the breakout target, and that will be around the $9.50. And currently we are at the $4, so that could also mean a more than a 2x. So this could have a very positive effect on the price of Thorchain RUNE in the coming weeks. So let me know in the comments if you are holding RUNE, and let me know what you think about RUNE in the coming months. Please give this video a like if you find this video useful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.